You ever meet someone who's not loud, not flashy, not trying to impress anybody, but somehow they always win? They stay calm when everyone else panics. They don't argue, but they still get respected. They don't talk much, but when they do, people listen. And you sit there thinking, how are they so mentally ahead? Here's the secret. It's not that they're born smarter. It's not that they have some insane memory. They just do a few things differently in their head, and those habits quietly make them dangerous in real life. Today I'm going to show you 5 simple habits smart people use that most people never learn. And the last one is the most important, because it's the habit that keeps them calm while everyone else self-destructs. Let's start with the one that instantly changes how people treat you. Smart people don't fight to be right. Most people hear disagreement and their ego goes into fight mode. They interrupt. They defend. They start trying to win. But research on intellectual humility, including studies by psychologist Mark Leary, shows that people who can admit they might be wrong actually think more clearly and are less vulnerable to bias. That's a real advantage. Because if your goal is truth, you can't treat every conversation like a war. Smart people ask questions. Not fake questions. Real ones. What makes you believe that? What experiences led you there? And here's the crazy part. When you stop trying to win and start trying to understand, people drop their guard. That's when you gain influence. So here's the loop to remember. If you always need to be right, you're not thinking. You're protecting. Second habit. They zoom out instead of spiraling. Most people take one moment and turn it into an identity. Fail one test. I'm stupid. Get rejected. I'm not good enough. Have one bad day. My life is falling apart. But psychologist Carol Dweck's research on growth mindset shows that people who believe abilities can improve respond to setbacks with strategy, not shame. They don't label themselves. They adjust. Smart people zoom out like a camera. They ask, what's the pattern? What changed? What can I do differently next time? When you zoom out, problems stop feeling like personal attacks. They start looking like puzzles, and puzzles are solvable. Third habit. They don't waste energy on what they can't control. This one is huge, because most people are mentally exhausted, not from work, but from pointless worry. Worrying about what people think, worrying about outcomes, worrying about the future. But psychologist Julian Rotter's work on locus of control found that people with a stronger internal locus, meaning they focus on what they can influence, tend to perform better and cope better under stress. Smart people constantly ask one question. What can I control here? Can't control the weather. Can control bringing an umbrella. Can't control if someone likes you. Can control being honest and consistent. Can't control the final result. Can control the effort. And here's what happens when you live like that. Your brain stops burning fuel on things it can't change. You start feeling calmer, more focused, more powerful. Fourth habit. They use silence like a weapon. Most people are terrified of quiet. If there's silence in a conversation, they rush to fill it. They talk too much. They over-explain. They reveal their insecurity. But research and negotiation, including findings taught in Harvard Business School negotiation frameworks, shows that strategic pauses often lead to better outcomes because silence pressures the other person to reveal more information. Smart people don't rush. They let silence sit. They think before they speak. They listen fully. And when they finally respond, their words land harder. Try this once. Next time someone asks you a question, pause for 3 seconds. It will feel awkward, but you'll instantly sound more confident and more intelligent. Now the final habit. This is the one that separates calm, powerful people from reactive, emotional people. They pause before they react. Most people react instantly. Someone disrespects them. Anger. Something goes wrong. Panic. They get criticized. Defensiveness. But emotional regulation research by psychologist James Gross at Stanford shows that people who use regulation strategies like cognitive reappraisal handle stress better and have stronger long-term mental health outcomes. And Viktor Frankl said it best: between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is your power. Smart people live in that space. They breathe. They ask, is reacting helping me? They choose their response. And that one habit will upgrade every part of your life: your relationships, your confidence, your decisions, your reputation. Because the person who can stay calm while everyone else gets emotional wins. So here's the truth. Being smart isn't about knowing everything. It's about thinking differently than most people. Asking instead of arguing. Zooming out instead of spiraling. Focusing on controllables instead of worrying. Using silence instead of rushing. Pausing instead of reacting. Most people won't practice these habits. They'll keep arguing, panicking, and reacting to everything. But if you pick just one of these and practice it for 7 days, you'll feel the difference. And people around you will feel it too. So here's what I want you to do. Pick one habit, just one, and commit to it for the next week. Then come back and tell me what changed. And if you want more videos like this, psychology, confidence, mindset, and how to think like the people who always stay calm under pressure, subscribe, because the next video is going to explain why some people are mentally unshakable. And once you understand it, you'll start seeing people completely differently. Drop a comment. Which habit are you starting with?